Hello, and welcome to the US 380 virtual public meeting. We appreciate your interest in the US 380 project and thank each of you for your participation. Please note, you can pause this presentation at any point to allow more time to view the slides. Given the unique circumstances of the COVID-19 outbreak, along with our commitment to protecting our public health during this pandemic, the Texas Department of Transportation is conducting virtual public meetings until further notice to avoid in-person contact. At this time, the virtual format is being held in lieu of an in-person public meeting. This presentation will cover the same information that the Dallas District would have shared at the in-person public meeting. However, the comment process will be different. Details on how to submit a comment and how to have your questions addressed will be covered later on in this presentation. All project information can be found on the project website at www.keepitmovingdallas.com/US380 Farmersville. This virtual public meeting has been convened by TxDOT and is being held to receive and consider comments from the public regarding the US 380 project. You may have attended previous public meetings conducted by TxDOT. However, for the benefit of those who have never attended one, I will explain why and how the department conducts a public meeting. A public meeting has four essential purposes. 1. To inform the public of the status of planning efforts on the project and to present the recommendations based on studies performed to date. 2. To describe the project to the public, including known potential project impacts to the human and natural environment. 3. To provide the public an opportunity to view information and express their ideas and concerns at this stage in the planning process, while the ability to respond to comments is still flexible and before location and design decisions are finalized. 4. And finally, to develop a record of public views and participation to accompany recommendations for subsequent decisions. This virtual public meeting is being held in compliance with both federal and state laws. Documentation of this meeting will be made available for the official record. Following this virtual public meeting, the department will proceed with the preparation of the environmental documentation. Your comments will be addressed in this document and will be given full consideration in the preparation of the recommendations and design for the US 380 project. Comments will be accepted in several ways. You may fill out an online form, submit a written comment via email to edra.brashear@txdot.gov, submit a written comment via U.S. mail to the TxDOT Dallas District Office, attention Edra Brashear, address 4777 East Highway 80, Mesquite, Texas 75150, or leave a verbal comment via voicemail at 833-933-0431. Comments must be received or postmarked within 15 days of the meeting date, which is February 12, 2021, to be a part of the official virtual public meeting record. Questions on this project may be directed to the TxDOT project manager, Edra Brashear, at edra.brashear@txdot.gov. I will now explain the design aspects of the US 380 project. The design schematic and other project information for the US 380 project may be viewed at www.keepitmovingdallas.com/US 380 Farmersville. The information on this website is the same information being presented in this presentation. The project limits extend approximately 8.5 miles along US 380 between County Road 560 and County Road 699, or the Hunt County line in Collin County. The proposed project is located just south of the city of Farmersville. The magenta alignment on the map is the recommended alignment from the feasibility study that was concluded in spring 2020. In June 2017, TxDOT began working with Collin County and regional leaders on the US 380 feasibility study in Collin County to identify a recommended corridor and appropriate roadway type. The objective of the feasibility study was to perform a needs assessment and analyze potential roadway type options that could include improving the existing US 380 alignment or utilizing new alignments. A feasibility study is one planning tool that TxDOT uses when a project is in the very early stages of development. It helps determine if the project should move on to more advanced phases of the project development, such as more in-depth environmental analysis, public involvement, schematic design, and right-of-way mapping. This type of study is done to identify high-level or critical elements of engineering, impacts to stakeholders and the public, and the economic feasibility of potential new roadways or improvements to existing roadways. The feasibility study was concluded in spring 2020. The green alignment on the map is the recommended alignment from the feasibility study that was concluded in spring 2020. TxDOT is proposing to construct a new location realignment of US 380 to the south of the city of Farmersville from County Road 560 to County Road 699, or the Hunt County line. The project would include construction of a 4-lane divided facility with 12-foot lanes that includes an as-needed additional auxiliary lane and 10-foot shoulders. The proposed project would also include 2 continuous one-way frontage roads with 12-foot lanes and a 10-foot shared use path on both sides of the roadway. The proposed new alignment location will be discussed and graphically illustrated later in this presentation. The purpose of the project is to improve mobility, to provide a facility that will accommodate future traffic demand, and to comply with current roadway design standards. The proposed project is needed to meet increase in traffic demand stemming from projected population growth, and the existing facility does not meet current design standards. The sections between County Road 560 and Old McKinney Road and Far Hill Lane and County Road 699, or the Hunt County line, includes 4 12-foot wide lanes, a 16-foot wide 2-way left turn lane, limited sidewalks, no bicycle accommodations, and an existing right-of-way varying from 120 to 180 feet wide. The section between Old McKinney Road and Far Hill Lane includes 4 12-foot wide lanes, a 16-foot wide 2-way left turn lane, limited sidewalks, no bicycle accommodations, and an existing right-of-way varying from 120 to 150 feet wide. The new location facility would be constructed as a 4-lane divided facility with 12-foot lanes that includes an as-needed additional auxiliary lane and 10-foot shoulders. The proposed project would also include continuous one-way frontage roads with 12-foot lanes and a 10-foot shared use path on both sides of the roadway. The project goal will be to minimize impacts to right-of-way. This figure illustrates the proposed new location realignment in yellow and the alignment that was recommended by the feasibility study in magenta. The proposed new location alignment was slightly adjusted based on stakeholder meetings held in late 2020. The project design will be further refined per public input received at this public meeting and future public involvement meetings. The US 380 project's anticipated let date is fall 2027 and would take approximately 3 years to construct. Letting is when TxDOT notifies the construction community that a project is ready to be bid on. Construction on a project begins after the letting process is complete. The total estimated project cost for the project is approximately $450 million. The project is currently unfunded. This includes the project information and design portion of the presentation. The next few slides will provide an overview of the environmental evaluation for the proposed US 380 project. Prior to December 16, 2014, the Federal Highway Administration, or FHWA, reviewed and approved documents prepared under the National Environmental Policy Act, known as NEPA. However, on December 16, 2014, the Texas Department of Transportation assumed responsibility from FHWA through a Memorandum of Understanding to review and approve certain assigned NEPA environmental documents. This Memorandum of Understanding between TxDOT and FHWA was updated on December 9, 2019. The review and approval process applied to this project. Environmental studies are being conducted for the proposed US 380 project to support an environmental clearance in accordance with NEPA. These environmental analyses are necessary to identify, avoid, and minimize effects to the human and natural environments. The technical environmental documentation will be approved for further processing by TxDOT and would be coordinated with other public agencies. Notices for this public meeting were advertised in the Dallas Morning News, Al Dia, Collin County Commercial Record, and the Farmersville Times, on the TxDOT.gov website under Hearings and Meetings Schedule, and on www.keepitmovingdallas.com under Public Hearings and Meetings. The TxDOT Public Information Office also prepares a news media release to advertise the public meeting. The TxDOT roadway design schematics are available on the project website at www.keepitmovingdallas.com. The project environmental constraints map is used to help planners and engineers determine the least impactful method to fulfill the purpose of the project. The full map can be viewed on the project website. In the case of US 380, some of the major known constraints include approximately 16 water crossings, potential wetland crossings pending field verification, a KCS railroad crossing, and 6 crossings of the 100-year floodplain. Environmental studies for this project are ongoing. Approximately to 320 acres of new right-of-way would be required for this project. Potential displacements include 3 residences and 1 commercial structure. All right-of-way acquisitions would be completed in accordance with the Uniform Relocation Assistance and Real Property Acquisition Policies Act of 1970 as amended. Brochures titled The Purchase of Right-of-Way and Relocation Assistance are available on the project website. These materials contain detailed information to inform you on your rights and to provide information about the TxDOT right-of-way acquisition process. The public meeting comment period for the proposed project ends on Friday, February the 12th, 2021. Following this virtual public meeting, the project design will be refined per public input, environmental studies will be developed, and additional public involvement, including a public hearing, will be held. If there are no major issues from the environmental analysis that cannot be addressed in a reasonable time frame, final environmental clearance is expected in the summer of 2023. The project has an anticipated let date of fall 2027. Construction will begin once the project is let. As mentioned earlier, comments will be accepted in 4 ways, which are outlined here. All comments will be fully considered and responded to in the project record and made part of the final environmental document for the proposed project. This document will then be made available for public review online at www.keepitmovingdallas.com/US380 Farmersville. All statements, comments, and questions will be given careful consideration before final design features are determined. As a reminder, all comments must be received or postmarked by February 12, 2021 to be included in the official public meeting documentation. We sincerely appreciate your participation and interest concerning the proposed design of the US 380 project. Your questions, comments, and concerns will receive careful consideration. Thank you. This concludes the presentation.